Hello everyone, Mrs. Scott here. I'm gonna read you guys a story today about the time of year that we are in as summer has transitioned over to fall, and as the leaves on the trees start to change and the weather starts to get cooler. And then I also have an activity that you guys can do after the story that kind of goes along with this. So we're gonna go ahead and start our story. This is called We're Going on a Leaf Hunt. You guys might remember this story if you've been in the library in previous years, because I always like to read this story around fall when we can go out and do our own leaf hunt and look for all the beautiful colors of the leaves like the ones that are in this book. So we are going to start. We're going on a leaf hunt, and as the kids in the story go on the leaf hunt, as they do the different actions, if you want to join in, you definitely can. All right, are you guys ready? We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. So if you guys look around and you can see all the oranges and reds and yellows of the different colors of the trees that are changing. We're coming to a mountain, a tall, tall mountain. We can't go under it. We have to go over it. We're coming to a mountain. Come on, let's go. Climb, climb, huff, puff. We made it. So they made it to the top of the mountain. Did you guys climb up the mountain with them while they were climbing? Have you guys ever climbed the top of a mountain? Sometimes it's hard, but look, they can see all the pretty color of the leaves that we were talking about. Pick up those leaves from the maple tree. If you look really closely at the tree, I'll see if I can hold it up here. You can kind of see the shape of the maple leaf. So it kind of looks like, I guess kind of like a big star, sort of. You can see it. There's reds and oranges. These are some of my favorite colors of the trees in the fall. We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. We're coming to a forest. A dark, dark forest. We can't go over it. We have to go through it. We're coming to a forest. Come on, let's go. Step, step, squish, squish. Oh, squish your feet like you're stepping on the dry leaves. We made it. They made it through the forest. Let's see what kind of leaf they're gonna find now. Pick up those leaves from the birch tree. So this is a little bit different color. We've got not so many reds and oranges, but more yellows and browns. There's even some greens in there. And actually, before this story, I kind of went on a little bit of a leaf hunt myself, and I found a leaf that almost looks like that here on our playground. So this might be a birch tree that we have. Do you guys see how it's kind of the same shape? It kind of looks like maybe a teardrop or a raindrop, but it's got those same colors. It's got the yellows and the browns. And if you look on the playground when you're on recess, you might even see some of them, and you might see some of the green colors that are in our book we're reading. We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. We're coming to a waterfall, a swooshing, swooshing waterfall. We can't go through it. We have to go around it. We're coming to a waterfall. Come on, let's go. Slip, slide, splish, splash. We made it. So they walked across the rocks and made it through the waterfall. Have you guys ever done this? So if you have, you know they probably got a little bit wet, because all this foam kind of flies up and gets you wet when you're near a waterfall, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what kind of leaf they found. Pick up those leaves from the hickory tree. Okay, now this is a tree. I don't know if we have one of these on our playground, because I couldn't find any leaves that look like this. But if you look, these are really different, because there's one branch, and then on the branch, there's 3 or 4 different leaves. So instead of just one leaf, oh, there's a really good one you can kind of see. See how it's got a branch, and then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra little leaves on it. And then again, this is another one that doesn't really have a lot of reds and, I guess there's some yellows, but not really reds and oranges. There's browns and kind of that golden color. These are pretty though. We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. Oh, what are they going through now? We're coming to a lake, a cold, cold lake. We can't go around it. We have to go across it. We're coming to a lake. Come on, let's go. Row, row, plip, plop. Oh, they're gonna row across the lake. We made it. So have you guys ever rowed in a rowboat before? It's pretty fun. It's a lot of work, isn't it, to do the oars to get through the lake, but they made it across. See what they found now. Pick up those leaves from the red oak tree. Oh, so this is another one of the trees that is my favorite, because not only it's got those favorite colors that I like, the dark reds, and actually some of them are so dark they almost look purple. And if you look at the shape, let's see. Oh, this is a different shape, because this one, it's kind of a mix between the birch one, because it kind of looks like a teardrop, but it's also got like some jagged. So I kind of almost say this looks like an upside down Christmas tree, sort of, doesn't it? If you look at where the stem is, it's got the top on it like the Christmas tree, and then it's got the different levels to it on the side. But that's a very pretty tree. What's that sound? Uh-oh, they hear something. It's coming from that bush. What do you guys think it is? Oh, you can see a little bit. Does anybody have a guess on what animal that is? It's black, it's white, it's black and white. Does anybody have a guess? Let's see what it is. Oh no, it's a skunk. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Back across the lake. Plip, plop, plip, plop, plip, plop. Back past the waterfall. Splash, splash. Back through the forest. Squash, squash, squash on all the squashy leaves. Back over the mountain. Huff, puff, huff, puff. Ooh, they're climbing the mountain. We're home. We went on a leaf hunt. What a wonderful day. We found lots of colorful leaves. Now let's jump and play. You guys jump into the leaves in a big pile when you guys rake up all the leaves. That's a really fun activity to do in the fall, isn't it? Okay, so I went around our playground looking to see if I could find any of the leaves like was in our book, and I showed you guys that I found one that kind of looked like the birch tree. I also found this one. It might be the same kind of leaf, but I picked it I picked it up off the ground because it has some of the yellows and even the light green, so it's a little bit different from this one. And then I also found this one, which kind of, I'm not quite sure if this one was in our book, but it's got that really dark brown color. And unfortunately, we're about in the middle of October, and it hasn't really gotten too cold yet. So there's not a whole lot of leaves that have those reds and oranges that's my favorite yet. So that may have to happen after the weather changes a little bit. But what I wanted to show you guys is when you get done, or actually while you're doing it, if you want to walk around your house and see if you can find any of the colored leaves from our book, and also maybe you can even find some that weren't in our book because maybe you have a different kind of tree that was in our book. You can make your own fall leaf book. If you're using the ones from our book, you can use the pictures that I showed you of the different leaves. But if you're going to use one from your house that maybe wasn't in our book, you could even make it like a science observation journal and just kind of draw the leaves that you see. So I just used the ones from our book. So if you guys remember, there was a maple leaf. So I tried to get that shape that kind of looked like, because it doesn't really look like a star. I'm not quite sure what you would call that, but it's kind of the big broad, and it's got the red, big broad shape, and it's got the reds and the oranges. Let's see what was next in our book. Ooh, there's a bee over here trying to get me. Let's see, there was a birch leaf that we talked about that I found. Oops, sorry guys, dodging the bee out here. What else was there? There was the hickory one, the one we talked about. Remember, it had the branch, and then it had the several different leaves on it. Let's see, there was the red oak one that we talked about, was one of my favorite colors. It kind of looks like the upside down Christmas tree, so the Christmas tree would be on the bottom, and then it's got the different levels on it. And then actually, remember I told you guys that you can also draw some leaves that weren't in your book, so I left some extra pages on either side, so that if I wanted to go around and I wanted to draw some of the leaves that wasn't in the book, I could do that on the blank pages. So, and all you really need is paper, pencil, crayon, and I stapled mine together. So if you can do this and you want to try to make it into a book, if you bring it into the library, then I can staple it for you and you'll have your own fall leaf book, just like what I did here. So I hope you guys have a fun time listening to this story, and also maybe going on your own fall leaf hunt, just like in our story. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.